Here we are, here we are, here we are. Back at it again. This main scene, using this brush is nice for just being able to paint on trees. But we are running into, performance issues with it. Just need to know how to do this correctly. In a nice way where it's not going to slow everything down. But here we are in the game. We've got our base building where you've got these guys. If you're unfamiliar with it, these guys here, basically big rock golems, and you can build bases on top of them, or you can build your base out here somewhere. You can plop one down. I could do some kind of bug fixy stuff. There is some weird stuff with the what do you call these? Triangle systems, where you just can't place on the third one for some reason. You can still do weird things like place a ceiling like that, which is just odd. But it's also not a big enough priority for me. But why can't you place something there? That is the question. All right. Let me go ahead and grab my links and throw them in the Discord so people know I am live. But yeah, that's kind of... Maybe I should just figure that out. The triangle situation. Because basically how it's set up is we have our connections. Let's take a look at our triangle ceiling. We do have this. Okay, this is the center point, which has all the floor slats and stuff. One thing we could do, front connection. $1.249. Should it just be 1.25? What was my thing with my start a new chat? If I have a triangle of length 4 and a square of length 4 side lengths, what are the widths between center points when having a triangle attached to a triangle and a triangle attached to a square? Triangle to triangle, triangle to square. Okay. 1.309 or something. Wait a second. 1.15. What is the distance between center points for a triangle attached to a square along one side? $2.309 plus 2 . Ah, I see. 4.309. Okay. It's saying that it's 2.309. This is 4. This is 1, 2. So this should be 2.309, which it is. Left triangle connection. $2.309. Let's grab the front triangle. Alignment center. Whoops. We're going to do a node 3D and call it alignment center. Throw all of these in there. Then we take this one's position, copy, and we paste it into these. Fix its rotation. Same with this one. Now that is the correct distance away. Okay. We're going to copy this one, paste it into here. Take this, Whoops. Ah, okay. So this is where it should be. -2 and 1.155. So this one can be -2, -1.155. Save, which means that this one is 2 and -1.155. Or, yeah, 2 and -1.155. This one here can get deleted. Now this wall left floor connection, front floor connection, we can copy this one, paste, drag it out there, transform, we don't want to do that on the front floor. I want to do that on the left one. Okay, save. And then this one is 28151625. So 2.815 -1.625. Now it looks the same. Perfect. Okay, our alignment issues should be mostly gone. Except for our front connections and back connections and stuff. 1, 2, 4, 9. Oh, hey, what's up? Raid. How you doing? Good to see you. Got an ad going. Okay. So 2.309. This is 4 wide. have we aligned everything correctly? Because if I look at my center point here, that does not go through the center point perfectly. So we may need to move everything up slightly. Okay, what did he say? It's from the base to the centroid, center point. It's 2.309. Is that because this is supposed to be taller than length 4? I don't understand this at all. Because 2.3 would be like out here. What's just the distance from the equilateral, I can't spell, triangle center point to the base, assuming one side is flat or horizontal? $1.15. Okay. So now we can copy this, paste it into there. Drag it out. Copy value. Throw it on floor slat 1. And then floor slat 8 needs to be at, so 996. .996. 575. Negative 0.575. Save that. We can get rid of floor slat 2. Okay. And now all of these connections .115, so 1.115, which really is the same as slat 1, right? Or slat 2. Yes. So, floor slat 1, we can copy this, go to left connection, paste, except for just do 0 there. And then copy this one. Okay, now I think we actually have a triangle. We'll see if our walls work or if we have to redo those, but okay, that is out of alignment, but these are not. Nice. So this is out of alignment, but that's kind of fine because I think that might just be... Wait. Let's deconstruct this. Foundation. Looking at left floor connection. One more of those. Then we can do a foundation here. Then there. Ah, we still got misalignment. Okay. What is that from? Front floor connection. Oh, that's still at 3.25. I don't think we want that, right? $4.309. Oh, maybe it's the it's also the square foundations that we need to fix. $4.309 total, $2.309. $2.31. Did we do that for the wrong one? 1.155. That's for 2 triangles? Or 1 triangle? Triangle to its base. Then plus 2. So 3.155. Believe that is correct. So 2732. And then 1578. Negative 1.578. Save that. Get rid of this. Okay. Now I think we're on something here. Then we're going to have to copy this all over. And we're going to have to go to our foundation, regular foundation. Front triangle position. 3.15. Yep. Technically it's 3.155. Okay. We can add a node to this as well. Oh, I guess this one's easy. We don't need this. Three, 1, 5, 5. Okay, now let's try it again. See what else breaks. Still issues, huh? I think it's just because of this alignment. This goes blip and then blip, so it's triangle to triangle that's not quite working. Oh, we've been doing all of this in the triangle ceiling. Ah, well that makes sense. First, we can do this. Then we can go to triangle floor. I always thought that it was a little weird that these were out of alignment like that. That just didn't make any sense. Okay. First things first. Oh, these are the ones we don't need. It's a lot of copying values over. Okay. Apparently I had more nodes than necessary there. Okay, front connection. Right connection. Left connection. Got a lot of these to do. Front floor connection. Okay. Let's now see what happens. Bad circle, what's up? Might be something else, but that issue with the textures appearing for a second over top of each other. Look at the near value on the camera. It's probably real low, like 0.05. Try 2.5 or 0.25. Yeah, I think I could try that real quick. I think it's just because they're the same height, right? So they're Z fighting or whatever it is. So does that near value affect that? You're talking about this, right? Where it like flickers in and out. Look at that. We have alignment. Oh, interesting. We have different floor patterns depending on which one you build onto. That's kind of fine though. I'm not too worried. Think it does? Okay. Man, this is nice though. We got the triangles aligned now. I wonder if it will affect something like this. Oops, triangle foundation. Let's throw up a wall and a ceiling so I can have some light here. Okay. It's not very much, but so we do doorway, wall. And then what happens when we get on top? Well, first we put a ceiling down. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now let's try to do a window. Look at that. We can't put a window here. Something gets disabled. I'll do a doorway here. Yeah, one triangle connection gets disabled. So we will have to figure out what's happening there. And look at that. We can still, for some reason, put down another window there. Also, it becomes increasingly hard to destroy whatever is there. There we go. Yeah, it's coming together. There's still plenty of issues. Like I said, you know, you can't, for some reason on top of this, you can't do all 3 walls. Like this one, this connection is just disabled, and it has to do with how I'm disabling things. And like there, you can put another ceiling there, which doesn't make any sense. But let me try that, what you were saying with the camera. Oof. I accidentally clicked on the main scene, which takes forever to load in. Okay. Now, what was it again? The near value on the camera. So it's 0.05. Yep. Let me try a 0.25. See what's up. Hate when I do that. Yeah. Well, mine got real big really fast because I added a ton of trees via this plugin that allows you to just, you know, paint on scenes, which is really nice. But hey, Snowmix. Don't understand why my phone doesn't notify of streams starting. Oh, no worries. No worries. I've been doing them pretty consistently around this time. So it's mostly going to be kind of the same time. Okay, let's try some of those triangle foundations. Dude, you might have just fixed it for me, man. Bad circle. I mean, there's like some, but not nearly as much. It's on the corners. It's definitely greatly reduced. Does it affect anything else besides... Oh. Like, is there anything I should watch out for? Okay, there's a little bit there. That's not too bad. Let's try some regular ceilings. It seems like it's a lot better. There's still some, but it doesn't seem as noticeable, maybe? What happens if I try just walls? Here, let's throw some ceiling lamps up. Sure seems like there's a lot less. Not that I found still studying. Okay, yeah, I had no idea what it was, so... Yeah, it did seem to make a difference. I don't mind a little bit. This is all prototype land still, so... But this, I think, is better. Where's my... Oh, here he is. Lurking in the darkness. My rock golem. Let's go over here. We still do get a little bit of shaking when we're riding on top of this guy. It's not enough for me to care, though. Oh, I'm out of wood. Let's get back down. Looking great so far, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's getting there. Taking or we've had a lot of progress recently, like a lot of good progress. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. We can add in more gatherables. There's a lot of stuff we can do to just make the game more actually playable. Mostly I've just been, trying to figure out the build system, getting the walking mountain guys good to go, the golems. We could add in some more creatures and stuff. Could kind of tailor make this map a little more. Out of wood again. Goodness. Gotta go collect more. I think I will rework how these weapons work, or these tools. Right now they, it's a physical mesh in the world. Like you can see it goes like underground if I swing. But I really want to do it where it's like... Oh, and the hitbox is attached to the axe. I think I'd rather just have one system where the hitbox always comes out and originates maybe out of the player, so it's always just straightforward. You don't have any inconsistencies. And then just still make it look good. Quick hack might be to remove Z depth test on the material. Yeah, I tried something like that before, but I didn't really try it for very long. I remember having some issues with how it looked, how the mesh ended up looking. But let me look at the axe again. Am I just using the blend file, or is this a GLB? No, this is a... Yes, it is a GLB. Remove Z depth test. Where would I do that? Would I have to have a new material on it? Because this is just imported materials from the... from the GLB from Blender. Does make it look a little wonky. Yeah, I was running into things where it was like, maybe it was the culling or something. I can't remember. It was only like 2 weeks ago, but... Depth draw mode. Oh, no depth test. Okay. Oh yeah, this is where it's happening. You can see it like there's weird culling going on, but maybe disabled. Okay, that front. That calls the front. Let's do back again. It's like it just has some weird things with what it considers to be the front and the back. I don't know enough about this stuff. It does work to keep it in front always, but might have to make it unique. If you expand the mesh at the top. Oh, maybe I can just do it here then. Okay, let's go back to this, remove the overlay. I can't here. I mean, I could do my own materials within the game. I don't have to pull it from Blender. Probably remove a little too much lighting detail. Yeah, I gotta figure out what like my strategy will be on that. I mean, in the end, I could also just do no mesh, where it's like it's just basically a sprite. And then it doesn't actually exist in the world, which probably makes more sense anyway, like a lot of other FPS style. Trees are tilted. Yep. This plugin I have aligns it with the normals. I can disable that, and then they would all stick straight up. I kind of like it where they tilt along whatever they're on, but sometimes it gets a little bit much. Yeah, bad circle. I'll have to think about that at some point. Figure out what I actually want to do for my tools, because I think I'm going to end up reworking them anyway in how, you know, the hitboxes work. Some with the inventory stuff too. Like I still got to add an actual hotbar right now. Like the hotbar is just you press 1, 2, or 3 and it just grabs whatever is here if it's a tool. Oh, nice. Got stuck on these rocks. These are all painted on too. Probably not the best. I should build my own scenes for like rock formations and stuff. I think I will actually now. Let's go back to our main. Oh, it's going to take forever to load again. What should I actually work on today though? Because brush 3 is just the rocks. We're going to delete that. Okay. Now if I go back and then back to main, hopefully it's slightly faster. Nope. Still extremely slow. Okay. Like tilted trees, can they be like every other tree is aligned or something? So some are straight up and some are slanted. IDK how it works. Either way, it looks good. I can do that with multiple brushes. The problem is performance-wise, this is just not. Actually, I wonder. Maybe I can go back to Terrain 3D and go back to here. Will that help? Oh, yeah. It was the terrain 3D that was giving me the issues. So I need to turn on collision when I'm painting more trees in. But full and game, I think, is what we need.
What the hell is even that?
Hey, Ravier. Thank you for the raid. How you doing, man? We got a hydrate, a posture check, and a save and commit code. We will do that. How was your stream, Ravier? Good? Good to hear. We have figured out some of our base building stuff. We have a lot to do. We have it where the triangles no longer throw everything out of alignment. Working on a gray box. Working on a gray box station design to scale up things a bit. Okay. Space station, like a completely new space station that you haven't used before, like designing one out. Today I did an experiment adding libVLC to Godot and with C#, got it playing MKVs to a texture. You just said a lot of stuff that I do not understand, but I am sure that it is awesome. Well, knowing your game, it probably is amazing. But like I said, I have no idea what any of those things mean besides Godot and C#. Ring-based one. Ooh, that's sick. Just plays Vorbis videos. Oh, like playing videos to a texture, you're saying? Play anything FM or FFmpeg can play. Oh, that's sick. Ooh, okay. So you could have like big TV screens playing things in the space station. What's the difference between, like, what is a Vorbis video? I don't think I've ever heard of that. Watching my own stream in the game, in the stream. That's sick. That's super cool, actually. Open source codec. Okay. Man. Oh, dude, how cool is that? Be able to put your stream on in-game. Well, that right there is just more stream marketing. When the game goes live, you just... Every space station has your stream playing. Video version of OGG files. Okay. We still do get a little bit of shaking. I think that's just from us bouncing on the terrain, though. Those clouds are great. This is all just a plugin. It's just Sky 3D, and it works so well that I don't even touch any of the settings besides adding like volumetric fog. It's so nice. But yeah, Ravier, we've been working on getting this working, where you now have one of these rock golem sort of deals, but you can build your base on top of them. Now we just need to add other survival elements. I could probably work on this guy's animations a bit more, because they're very like slidey. He just kind of eats up that tree there. I do love seeing the base just on top of him as he like gets up. Come here. Sit down. Bring my base to me. Fade, what's up? How's it going tonight? Going pretty good. We just got started figuring some stuff out. Fixed some things with our triangle foundations and stuff. So cool. I do love this. I love having Having these guys that you can tell them to, you know, march around for you. The lamps in the windows look like spooky eyes, yeah. Right now, I don't have any pathfinding because navigation just broke. I can no longer bake nav meshes. So I'm just telling him, hey, go in this direction, and then he just slides up things. But if I told him to, like, go behind a mountain, he probably wouldn't. He'd probably just get stuck. Getting a little bit framey there. Glad to see things are coming along nicely. Finally got my Steam P2P set up and just been cooking away. Sick. So it's working? That's awesome. Yeah, I've been pretty much just focused on the building side of things and then getting this walking guy in. But now I can start doing more resources. I can start doing things like boxes for storage. Which is going to be like its own inventory. I wonder if the inventory I've built can just transfer quickly to like a box scene. We could try to do that now. What does our current control, like inventory, actually show? Okay, it takes up that much, so we could put like a box over here. Box inventory for storage. This inventory is extremely simple. It's not really built out fully yet. It works for like splitting things and dropping things. But there's not a lot of like helper functions yet for using it, really. You can store stuff in it, but as far as using it, I've still had to build more things. Can't drag out, which I'm not a huge fan of. You have to just drop. I could add like a little thing below or something where it's like you just drag it into this and it drops it. Got it working with NetFox, etc. as well. I think the only people I know to help test are only a few hours for me. Oh, nice. Yeah. So you can actually test the multiplayer side of things. Okay, let's go ahead and I guess let's just make a box. See what we can do. Okay, small box. We're going to add a CSG box for it for now. Okay, let's throw a material on this. Here is our box. Okay. Add a script. And an area 3D. We need another module. Script. This is going to be interactable. Add a collision shape to this. Makes me want to try my hand at Godot again. Dude, do it. You going to make a hotbar for your game like quick slots? Yeah, I already have like a fake hotbar where it's 1, 2, and 3. Just select the first 3 things in your inventory. I will eventually move it out and make a UI for it. But right now, nothing yet. But I will need to do that. Okay, how do my connections work? Connection hitbox has all of this stuff. Let's just grab all of this stuff and throw it into my interactable and delete what we don't need. Okay, we have item detect. Item detect does like all of our okay, we have body, and this is for item scene. Then we have area, and we check if it's connection hitbox. So now we can do if area is interactable. We're going to do a lot of this stuff. Where we're this I don't know. We're going to prototype our way through this. Okay. So interactables player needs to have we already have an interactable. Oh, what is this? We need to find our item scene. This is kind of not really needed because item scenes are bodies. I don't think we need this at all. Yeah, we don't need it at all. Okay. Current focused interactable. Wait a second. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Should we get the hitbox or should we get... Yeah, sure. Okay, this is a... If we're exiting... I'm gonna call this interactables. Now our interactable... Don't need parent component, don't need connection. We also don't need get connection. Yeah, we don't need any of this. We can just do a get parent. Clicked on my main scene and it's being super slow again. Oh, we got an ad starting in 5 seconds. Just a heads up. All right. Let's wait for Godot to do something. Okay, there we go. Let's go to 3D and make sure we let's call this dynamic game. I think that'll speed things up a bit. Okay. Player. Okay. So if it's interactable, if we say that if it's already the current one, this is if we're leaving, then we need to set it to null. If it's empty, then we just return if the next ones are empty. Otherwise, we find the first one and we remove it. Now, if it's not the current one, then we just find the area, and as long as our index is greater than -1, then we remove at the index. Okay, perfect. Now up here we do the same thing. I don't think we need this. If it does not equal null, then we append it to the next focused interactable. So get rid of these connections. Okay. Small box. Okay, we have interactable. And the grid container, we're going to do 3, I guess. Let's add some panel container. What do I do here? There we go. That'll work for now. I don't know anything about controls. Actually, here we can maybe delete these, and maybe we can go to DS inventory. Okay, we have that. Maybe we can just pull the whole inventory UI over. It says drop location. Yeah, let's delete this. Instantiate this. Maybe we add a child node inventory here. Let's go 9. Drop location, let's do 1. Node 3D. I might be able to just use this, the same one as the player. Let me go ahead and start my music again. Okay, this is, I don't know if this is going to work. Why did I just start the game? I gotta actually add the box. Okay, so this now shows up here. What happens if I pick up items? Okay, it's not assigning it to those. That's kind of nice. Okay, cool. Small box, okay. We are going to do, for this grid container, we're going to do, let's say 3. And then let's grab the whole panel container and set it to the right. Oh, it hides that. Interesting. Let's start it off like this. See what happens. So now it pops up. I wonder if it will actually just... Will it still... Oh, okay. So it's taking over control, which means that we need this to not be full. I think. Let's see what happens. Okay, but it doesn't like transfer to that. Okay. We need some way of bridging that. That could be a lot more complicated than I expected, because this is not built to be like that. It's funny because it does show it as like an actual thing, but it doesn't have any references to it. Oh, interesting. I also can't use my hotbar items. Okay, item detect has an inventory. We're going to do that, and then we're going to go to the main one. Player inventory on. Then in inventory, oh, we got some hydrates. I should save and commit. Trying inventory stuff. there a way that I can just say, you know what we're going to do, actually? We're going to copy this, and instead of doing an inventory, we're going to have a non-player inventory. Now, it's not going to be declared as class name inventory. NPC inventory, let's say. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, honestly, this might just be the way to go. Which means that this inventory UI we may just have to duplicate this and do non-player inventory UI. Copy this. Script. Player inventory UI. Okay, we have that. New Jank, what's up? About to crash, but want to drop in and say, yo, hey, good to see you, man. We are doing some, speaking of janky, we are doing some janky stuff here with trying to build a inventory for boxes. Okay, now that we have this, we can say editable children. Actually, we can just go to our thing here, and we can change this to like that. Why is this not giving me an exported var? Maybe I need to reload. Let's try it. Caveman Crafting, what's up? UI or the backend for it? We're doing both. I have almost 40 Tabasco shots lined up. There we go. Well, I think I have a timer on it now. var inventory size. This should be... Why is this not exporting this variable? Need to split off my inventory item crafting code from my game into its own Unity asset here soon and clean it up so I can publish it. I already did something similar for my NPC crowd waypoint system. Nice. Made 6 sales for that first asset. That's pretty sick. Is the player script attached to the NPC one? It shouldn't be. No, it's attached to the standard inventory. Caveman, that's what I was going to do with this inventory one. And then I realized I built it, but to actually add it into a game is how I need to figure out what I need to change about it. So I'm slowly going through that, and then I'm realizing now that I just kind of gave up on making it an actual usable thing, and maybe I'll try again to make it a plugin eventually once I know what needs to be done. Why is this not exporting? This is exporting. Now I just can't add it. How I did my deal was I built out the code base, or built out the code asset, and then created a demo scene using it that allowed me to kind of do a proof of concept for the code working. Then I dogfooded it back into my main games project. That's kind of how I've done this one, but I just didn't like build it out enough before starting on this project. Betting reattach the script or double check which node you're expecting it to be on. Yeah. It wasn't even allowing me to add it there, so I wonder if it's still not allowing me to add it there. Oh, that's the wrong script. Non-player inventory, NPC. Export var inventory size. Can't even add it. So something is breaking. I guess, is there anything here? No. What happens if I try to just play? Breaks. Inventory size, okay. My computer goes crazy every time that happens. Let's delete this. New script, NPC inventory. It's probably because of the errors in it. Okay, no braking errors yet. Let's clear this and then do it again. Okay, there we go. Inventory size 9. Inventory UI looks at NPC inventory. Nice. Definitely a different way to build a game. Yeah. Like midway doing this for my load save system. Okay. Man, it would be nice to have a good load save system for Godot that's like built out. Okay, that broke. Now we try it again. Texture rect for slot UI is looking for inventory UI. It should be NPC inventory UI. Oh, never mind. Now we have to duplicate slot UI. Dang it. How much more are we going to have to duplicate? Let's see here. I think it's just this. Yeah. This is going to be, I know this is just going to end up being a lot of work for me to just give up on it, which is tough. It's tough to know that while I'm still have a little bit of hope. Feel too bad to use those Tabascos. Yeah. Like the idea of Godot, but don't care for some of the project lead folks kind of waiting for a turnover. I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I just kind of sit here and work on it, you know. It's what I started with. It's been fun. I'm just having a good time. There's some annoyances for sure, but I'm liking it quite a bit. Yeah, we should do the 397 part tutorial and then scrap it 3 weeks later. Did a Godot TD game for a crypto project, very early crypto introduction. Oh, interesting. Well, me every time. Dude, the amount of times this has happened, and I know myself, but there's still that part of me that's like, well, what if it just works, though? Even though I know that I'm diving way too deep, I'm duplicating scenes, completely changing everything up, when I probably should just start from scratch when it comes to these box, like, inventories. Because there's so much here that I know is going to have to be debugged. Okay. NPC UI, perfect. Now, we need to go to our non-player UI. Our grid containers cannot be the slot UI. It has to be NPC slot UI. Okay. All right. We ready to see what breaks? Okay, it's not fully breaking. Let's go ahead and go to our small box, make that like that, see what happens. We have a Tabasco shot redeemed by RCB. we will see in a sec here real quick. Okay. This pops up here. Okay, I still can't, you know, like just drag to it, obviously, because none of that functionality is there. But it's not giving me the no can do sign. Interesting. Let me go to my prints. We're going to do a pass here. Comment these out. We had true, hovering, true. Okay, we're getting that. It's also giving us like, it's not giving us the can't drop there. Oh, you know what? We kind of need this control to be on the player. Not on the small box. Player, we can paste this. Now, it needs to have oh boy, I'm just realizing how much work this is going to be. Literally wiped out my whole game trying to set up Git the other day. Felt good starting over though. Yeah, sometimes you're just happy that you obliterated all your work. This is going to be so much work because my current system is just not going to work for this. I can have a second inventory. And maybe I have a second inventory like this. I feel like we have to create this, assign all of our stuff. Maybe we do just have a second inventory. We keep a list of how we do. Oh, sorry, RCB. You did redeem the take a shot of Tabasco. So, cheers, brother. Maybe this will help with my slight earache I have. Ugh. This stuff isn't quite spicy enough. I need to get the sweat going. Okay. Created a new inventory class, added properties onto the player NPC entities. Then, depending on if I click I to open inventory, I am interacting with an external inventory. I have 2 UI views. So, oh, I think I just got Tabasco in my eye. Perfect. Let's see here. I'll show you. It's broken because I made this nice little clean system that no one could ever use because it had no way of interacting with the outside world, which is why I then threw it into this game to like build it out more. But it became so convoluted. So I have an inventory here, which has these item slots, which are basically just an item and a quantity. Then I have some signals to update the UI. We have some functions here, add to inventory, swap slots, all this stuff, right? And then you throw it on the player. Player has the inventory, which is just the script. Inventory UI, and you connect a few things, and then it goes back and forth. But now that I'm realizing that the inventory also has to interact with other inventories, if I have the second inventory that would have a second, they need to communicate. Shots of Da Bomb hot sauce, I think you die. I mean, I've died before doing shots of hot sauce, don't worry. You know those like, let me see if I can find them. It's like assorted ones. This one here. Basically, like, I do remember Ass Blasted, so I think this is the one. Hey, Snowminx, thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. Then I have a slot container script and a slot script for each item slot. Yeah, that's fairly similar. You need a player inventory UI, then an external inventory UI script. I probably need to rework everything, but yeah. Thanks, Snowminx. I appreciate that. For the player, you just reference the player's inventory. Then for external, you reference the player and then the inventory of the entity you are interacting with. Right. I'm almost wondering if I can just have a UI that... Anyway, well, let me finish this hot sauce thing and then I'll come back to it. So I took a shot of each one of these and then ate a ghost pepper. And I have the footage somewhere and I need to find it. Because it was the worst night. The dumbest idea. It was definitely extremely hot. And I was like sweating and had the whole, ghost pepper thing. But then I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought I had gotten pancreatitis for the second time because my stomach hurt so bad because I realized I hadn't eaten anything. I had just drank hot sauce and eaten a ghost pepper before bed. And so I was on the verge of calling 911 because I just kind of thought like maybe I gave myself pancreatitis again because it felt like pancreatitis. And then I ate some bread and drank some milk and it calmed it down in like 5 minutes. I was like, okay, just don't do it on an empty stomach. Anyway, I think I understand what you're saying. My thing, I think, is maybe I just have a something like this. Let's say 9. Or maybe we do var add export var inventory size. Can I do fill? I don't know if that actually works to do fill. I think resize is better, because then it should all be null item slots. Anyway, if I just have this, then I can just store that data there. And then I have two UIs on the player. One of them references the box when we're close to it, grabs that stuff and updates it. Does that make sense? How's the bacon one? I can't remember. They are all bad. I just remember that. They were all not good. The ones I do remember, at least. Kind of what I did. Okay, yeah. I think that's something. You did yours in a way that you could attach it to chests, NPCs, and crafting tables. Because I feel like if I just have it attached to the player and it's always there, and then I just connect it to that array, whatever it is in the box, then maybe that's fine. Saving the state of the inventory. It would save the state, but if each one of these has its own, even if it's literally just an array with a size, then it should technically save its state, right? At some point, I'm going to be implementing multiplayer, so I need to have everything serious. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I can't even imagine where to start. I don't know if I'm even thinking about this correctly, but okay, let's take a look here. So if I just do that, let's keep it at 4 for now. Wait, let's bring some NPC slots in. I think the panel container then needs to be like that. Okay. Now, no matter what, Okay. Think this is good. Now I think on the player I can, rather than having these here all the time, I can instantiate them. Where's my input? Let's see here. Oh, I need to clean some of this up. Nope, we don't want that. We want to delete these. Yeah, and I'm talking about how I did in Unity, no telling if that will work here. I think it would. There's no telling whether or not I would be able to figure it out correctly. But I'm kind of in just a throw things together mood, and that either works. Sometimes it just miraculously works. And then other times I go back and I delete literally everything and everything I just changed. Okay. Can I instantiate like that, or do I do .new? Let me see what happens here. It is in Git, yeah. Could just, yeah, do a revert. I don't know if I've ever actually done a Git revert. At least not in like 15 years. Okay, E. Okay, that guy stood up. I think interact is yeah. Oh, current focused interactable has to not be null. Okay, break. On base object null instance. So if I go to remote, do I have... Okay, I have this NPC. And this is looking for inventory, which is NPC inventory. We're going to do an add export var. Okay, we're going to do that. And then in our NPC inventory or player, in UI dot inventory is going to be equal to NPC inv. Okay, let's see what happens. Look at that. Okay, so it adds, and then in the player we can have and hydrate and a commit. Trying things out. Handled the moving stuff from one inventory to another in the drop event handler for the UI. Also had the toolbar for players be a separate, smaller inventory. That added some functionality that allowed using tools and items. Yeah, right now mine is just kind of how I've done it before, where it's one inventory and your hotbar is just like the first X amount of items in that inventory. It's not separated. It's probably better to have them separated. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much. It's a little bit easier to have them not separated, to just throw it together. But I could see there being some use to having it separated out like that. Okay, I'm going to do... Wait a second. No, what am I thinking here? Because I want to remove these. Maybe I can just get them by name. Node path. But that is a node. Does it need to be in quotes? Maybe. Doesn't matter really, but in my game I have things like bags, backpacks that make the inventory bigger. True, yeah. I could see that for sure. We are out of water. I'm going to run an ad real quick because I'm going to make some coffee. And we have an ad starting in 2 minutes anyway. So I'm just going to run it, go make some coffee, and then we will come back. And then I will decide whether or not I want to give up on this. Because I might want to just work on some more fun things. But we will see here. Give me a sec. I'll run this ad. Before I go, Fade says, I didn't realize creating a scene swap that syncs the multiplayer lobby would be so difficult. Oh, dude, multiplayer is... yeah. Not fun. I will be back. Is this how it works? Let me try, okay, there it broke. Queue free on a null value. I mean, I could do this because it's giving it a different node name. So maybe I guess I could just do or. Okay, so that works. I'm almost wondering if I should just not even do these separate inventories and just have them all, just have a second UI that's already in the inventory UI, and it only shows up if you interact with something. Whoops, this needs to be... No, wait, no. Doesn't need to be false. Yeah. Okay. Then I gotta hide it when it leaves, so... This is already just breaking my brain, because there's so many things I need to change before I even get to work on whether or not it'll work. Oh, I wish I could just... drag things. Okay, I think I am just going to give up on this for now, because there's not really a reason for me to use it. Or to build it yet, unless I know how I want to do it. I'm going to leave these in here just in case. But I think what I'm going to do is end up taking my inventory. Having something where it's like, if current focused interactable, you know, has an inventory, then set secondary inventory to be that, you know. Yeah. Now I'm just wanting to rebuild my entire inventory system. Classic. Well, what's something a little bit smaller that I can work on? Because I don't have a ton of time here, but I still want to get something done. This might be something where I pull in Jamin, because I know Jamin actually wants to work on this game. So at some point I can pull him in, and we can kind of brainstorm it, as well as fix my current system. Because my current inventory system is just, it's not that great. We did get quite a bit done, though. We fixed our alignment when it comes to the triangles. Triangles now align properly. Whoa, what's going on here? We're having the same issue again? Where I can't... What got thrown off? Did we add something here? Oh, it's that collision thing. We have to do full, but only in game. So it needs to have full collision when we're in game. This isn't super necessary because we're not going to keep it like this anyway. Let's fly on up. I think that's what was going on. Yeah, now we can tell him to walk as far as we want. Let's see what happens when we try to push him to go all the way over a mountain. Because there's no pathfinding right now. That's some weirdness when you build while moving, but... Okay, let's see what happens when he tries to go over the mountain. I don't mind these guys not having pathfinding because they're big, dumb rock golems. But they should be able to go over mountains pretty well. Hey, look at that. There's a lot of the shakiness when you're going over that uneven of terrain. Oh, interesting. That's just when we're bumping into it. So when I jump, there wasn't any of the shakiness, really. Oh. He's sliding a lot. So yeah, he's trying. No, don't fall off. Getting some framiness. All right. You get back here right now. Thank you. And please sit. Okay. Get my base back over here. Yeah, that inventory system, I'm just going to have to plan it from the ground up, see how I want to do it. The main thing that I got to figure out is like, man, how am I going to do drag and drop between them? And I think having the UI on the player makes sense. And even a second inventory that just gets filled. Filled when you have a current focused, you know, box or something. Yeah, let's get back to the center over here. Yeah, there's so many things that I could do. That's what I need to figure out, is what I actually want to focus on. So, this is not quite finished. Mountain Bros are added. Just gonna move that over there. Box and crafting table, that's gonna be the we have to figure out the inventory for that. Create the inventory based on a left and right inventory. If no stash loaded, hide the right inventory. Yeah, it'll be like that. Yeah, I think that's it. Basically, we'll have our, you know, main inventory, which is this one. Then we have another inventory here, and we even have like an array that holds the information for it. If there's nothing there, if it's empty, then this just doesn't show up, and we just move stuff around in our inventory. If it is there, then this shows up and it populates it with the data that we get from from another inventory, which is just an array from like a box, right? Box says this is what's in it, and it throws that in this one. Updates that. Otherwise, our own inventory updates this one. Then we can drag between them. I think that's how we're gonna do it. Load right inventory by default and use as a ground if no stash. Yeah, I don't really... I could see that as far as like dropping items. Like you drag it over, and if there's nothing there, then it just drops them. But I don't really like the systems where like you press open the inventory and it shows you what's on the ground. I've never really liked that, like they have in, I think DayZ has that. Some other games. But I do like the idea of just having it show there, even if there's nothing there. Yeah. Man, now I kind of feel like I should work on that. This is going to be secondary. Wait, no, inventory. Okay. 3D world prompts for item pickups always feel better. Yeah, I'll need something like that added as well. Okay. Okay, now we have it. So, reload current project. Okay, it's still not doing that. Let's do center, center. Why is it not? Adding these childs. Inventory UI does need to have these updated. I guess I can make unique. There we go. Goodness sakes. There we go. Okay. So now we have two UIs. This kind of potentially could work. Okay, let's see what happens when I just run it. Okay, it breaks. Yeah. Update this. Okay, inventory. This is in the slot. We just need to do ... slash, I think. Terrible. I should probably fix that. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so you can't drag. That puts it to the first? Interesting. That swaps between... These are all 2 index 0, 1. Oh, okay. Interesting. So we can do things. It's just that these are... Okay, this might work. The slot indexes are wrong. Where am I setting the slot index? We're doing it here. Interesting. Oh, because they're all 0. Whoops, var. Okay, so now that's moving it to there. So now our slot can have something like okay, we could have something like this. Let's get our music playing again. I think I'm figuring it out. I don't know if I need to be doing it this way, but whatever. Another hydrate and some committing of code. Okay, I think now I know I can delete these, like I said. Oh, it doesn't show because my face is covering. I deleted the old changes that I was doing. Okay. I probably have to go pretty quick, but I think we're getting pretty close. Okay, this is update slots. So every time we update slots, we update that. Blip. Then that just means in our inventory, where we have from index and to index. And then we have this. These are just ints. So we will need to change a bunch of stuff. Let's try something here. Swap 2 slots. We're going to say, we're going to go down here and we're going to go swap 2 slots, secondary, from index and to index, from inv to inv. We might be able to just change our main one to this. Bad Circle saying, good session tonight. Thank you. Yeah, we're getting stuff, you know. Okay, now we can try something here. Oh, we have this check swapper. Let's do this. Zero, zero, inventory dot inventory and inventory dot secondary inventory. Okay, I'm just gonna try. Oh, just broke. Okay, we gotta remove these. Some other things are gonna break too, probably. But if I can get this to just run and swap 2 slots, then I will be happy. Okay, I just picked that up. 0 on object type array item slot. Oh, we got to do this. Wait, why is this remove at? And also, why is this I minus 1? Index equals I minus 1. Was I doing anything with that index? Doesn't look like it. Okay, still breaks. Item on object of type nil. Let's go here. We have secondary. Oh, inventory I. So many things break. Okay, what now? Oh, still picked it up. Okay. E. Nothing has happened. Visible. Oh, because we're doing this. Okay, printed it. Now let's pick up this. Now it broke. Okay. On type nil. This is in slot UI. Okay. To inventory. Okay. Shows these resources. Printed that. Okay, the from inventory is the same. We're saying slot 2 equals slot 1. Slot 2 and slot 1. Feel like we're getting close. E. Okay, texture. Zero secondary. Okay, so this is in the secondary one. It's trying to add, update. Then we set all these. So the item is not null. Property or key texture on base nil. Item.item. Is the item not? What happens when I just do this? Yeah. See if it is able to do that. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this, see if it's any different. Oh, this needs to be... Look at that. It disappeared. Ah, wait, no, we still have this. Oh, this is null, so we don't want that yet. But we do want that eventually. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see if we can get it to work. Because then we know what to do. Okay, it doesn't seem to want to update those. Oh my goodness. These are the problems, right? Why does it still not work? Why is it showing that as null? This is slot.upgrade. Okay, or update. If it does not equal null, hey, Milk! Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Else slot update null. Maybe I have to break it up like this. Okay. We can now switch them back and forth. Okay, sick. We're good. Now all we need to do is we will make sure that there's actually an inventory there. And then we will pull all that data in every time we open a box. And then we'll change our things out here where it's like from index to index, you know. Yeah. We will figure it out. But currently, we know it's doable and it's not too hard, so that's good. I'm gonna commit this, and then I gotta bounce. So let me take a look, see if I can find someone to raid. Pretty happy with that, though, that we could figure it out. We just had to do the item quantity thing instead of just the whole slot. Hey, Falonier's live. So I'll let y'all jump in there. Then we will raid Falonier. And then I am going to get some rest, and then hopefully I might be able to stream tomorrow. I might also be leaving tomorrow for the day. But if not, then I'll do it Sunday, and if I don't, because I'm either leaving tomorrow or Sunday for the day. One of the days. But I'm going to be streaming at least one of the days, and then also Monday, of course. So I will see you all then. Thank you for being here. Snowminks, good to see you again. Caveman Crafting, thank you for sticking around, helping me out here. RCB. Who else? I know there was more. Ravier, thank you for the raid. All y'all, appreciate you. In the YouTube chat, Bad Circle, thank you for being here. Good to have you here, helping me out as well. Fade. And, yeah, I think that was it in the YouTube. Anyway. We'll see y'all later. It's my 8-hour stream. Hopefully someday I'll be able to do that if it just becomes my job. Thanks for streaming. Yeah, no problem. This is fun. We're getting places. So, yeah, we'll see y'all later. Have a good one. I'll send you over now. Peace. And for those of you